And here we are again with Forever Football Show in our second season, and now in our third segment we're going to talk about England. Folks, Premier League. It started looking like, as usual, it was going to be between Chelsea and Manchester United, and all of a sudden, everything changed, and we have a tournament again.
Yeah. I'm so excited that finally Arsenal has, consistently been in the race for the title this season. And
I don't think they have fuel all the way to the end.
Well,
I'm already going to say it.
They fell out of 3 tournaments. They were in the running for 3. They lost in the League Cup. They lost in the Champions League, and they lost in the FA Cup. So that looks pretty awful. I'll say, but maybe it's a blessing in disguise.
To focus on the Premier League.
To focus on the Premier League and to finally overtake Man United. They're only trailing by 3 points with a game in hand, yes. So they could draw level with them.
What happened to Chelsea?
It's incredible because they were doing so great at the beginning, 6-0, 5-0, 7-0, and then something went wrong in the locker room. That's what happened, and for Ancelotti it was very difficult to get everything back. And now they are playing well again. And honestly, I'm very, very happy that Premier League this year is wonderful. I mean, if you look at the standings,
exactly.
They are all so close, and there is a Manchester United, Arsenal. I hope Arsenal can make it, and in my opinion, the game Arsenal-Manchester will be the key of the Premier League.
And even Manchester City is doing great. And now in a semi-final with Manchester United.
Finally, all that money, is paying off.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think Mancini is doing a good job, even though his position is very in a bad situation right now. If he lost the semi-final, and they just lost 2-0 with Dynamo Kiev in the Europa League, so it's likely that they go out.
Yeah.
And and of course with that team you cannot miss the Champions League. Come on. And guys like Balotelli, they bought this guy from Italy, and he's barely playing.
Yeah. Well, because I think that Adebayor was when he could play, he was playing well. Tevez was finding his best game when playing alone up front and with David Silva.
Well, but Adebayor is with Real Madrid
now,
so.
But they brought this new guy from Bosnia last minute, and he's Yep, and he's starting now instead of Balotelli.
I think that's right now is one of the best forward in Europe, Dzeko. But he needs sometimes to understand how Manchester City play, and when they have Dzeko in the best shape, they're really going to be a very terrible team to meet.
Yeah, they're really strong, and I like them a lot. I think that I'm putting my money on them to go to the champions.
Yeah.
For me, it's going to be Manchester United, Manchester City, Arsenal, and I don't think Chelsea will make it. I think it's going to be Tottenham.
By the way, I didn't say you before. I was a little bit confused, but Italy next year is going to have 3 teams. Because this year we didn't do any. We are not doing very well in Champions League. So it's going to be just 3 teams, and because it's in Germany, it's going to get the
it's based off a point system, right?
Yeah.
So this is over the past X amount of years.
Yeah.
Now the other thing we talked about what happened throughout the off season. I think 2 things to highlight here was that beautiful bicycle kick goal Rooney against Manchester City,
and all of a sudden Rooney's top of the world again.
Oh yeah, and soccer was on top of the world again. People who never talk to me about soccer were checking this goal on YouTube and all that. It was amazing.
Yeah.
And the other one is the move of Fernando Torres from Liverpool to Chelsea, and the first game that he plays is already against Liverpool.
Yeah.
And then they lost.
Yeah.
And I think what a good bargain for Liverpool.
Yeah.
So where you can get so much money for a player that was not playing.
Yeah, and then to bring in Suarez and
good renovation, right?
Yeah.
Actually, now, how do you think that we were talking about Chelsea and the problems that they might have had with the coach and in the locker room? Do you think it was Drogba again? Because Drogba owns that team. He kicked out Ballack. He kicked out Filipão. People can say whatever they want, but I think that's what happened.
It's tough to say. There are too many strong players there, like Terry, and we know what he did. And they have Lampard, they have Drogba. It's not an easy job for any trainer to be the coach of Chelsea. But I think they are coming back very well, and they're going to be very, very a difficult team to meet in Champions League. I think they have very good chance this year to win the Champions League. It would be my dream to see Chelsea and Barcelona.
That would
in
be a
final.
great game again.
Yeah.
So who wins it all?
I'm pulling for Arsenal. I think they can do it now that they're not playing in any other tournaments. All it's about is the Premier League. They've gone for so many years without winning a trophy. This year's the year, I think, where their team has played some beautiful football throughout the season, and they're looking tired, but hopefully they can find enough to get them through the rest of the season.
My heart goes for Arsenal, but all the time you see this team playing and you say, okay, hope that is a good time this year. But then at the last minute, the last moment, they fall apart totally. It was not in the final, in the Champions League. So I'm a little bit worried that they are going to blow out also this chance.
Yeah, I'll think it's going to be really hard to take it out of Manchester United. And the only thing that I'll try or pray or bet for is that Manchester City actually eliminates Manchester United from the semi-final when they play. And with that, we're going to close here on the England League, the Premier League, and we'll be back to talk about Barcelona and Real Madrid.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not going to even talk about Spain League. We're just going to talk
Yeah,
about Barcelona.